when I feel like we should be exactly like that.
To the people who complain about the audio, we're well aware. Do you think we just have high-tech gear here? This is what we get. Thank you. Oh, he has an announcement.
We're doing our best.
But you let the sun shine on us right in our eyeballs the one time.
I can't control the sun!
Damn it, Jackie, I can't control the weather.
Hello everyone, I'm Genesis.
I'm Doombug.
And this is...
Let's see how this goes.
Alright, so this week we're going to do how Junebug's family handled being in her being in an age gap relationship.
Just how they reacted, basically.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all. It's So, geez, where should we begin?
Alright, I do have a good place to start though.
Okay.
Alright, so who were you most excited to tell and who were you dreading to tell?
Excited to tell, pretty much no one. But because I knew my family. So I guess I was excited to tell my friends.
Okay, I was going to say not the two friends, like you weren't excited to be like, hey, I finally met this guy. He's old.
No, I was excited to tell my friends, and they both have liked you since like day one. I have like 2 friends, guys, okay?
Same.
But then, what was the other half dreaded telling?
Yeah. Would you, like, is there any, well, I guess we shouldn't be naming any persons.
Most of my family.
Okay.
I guess my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equally? Because, like,
Yeah.
for me, it was definitely my mother over my father, but for
No,
you, it was...
they both sucked with it. Like, Junebug, you're getting a bit aggressive. Well, they should know they acted like children. It probably wasn't the worst experience in the world, I can guarantee that. Like, I wasn't kicked out of my house or anything, like...
Was there any repercussions that you faced from dating me? Like, was there... You said you didn't get kicked out of your house, but was there, like, anything that actually happened, either physically or financially or, like, any other way? Any downside, I guess, that happened because, as a result, other than just your family not...
I felt kind of exiled a little bit.
Okay.
They didn't, like, punch me or something like that.
Junebug.
They were a bit more assholey than normal. Every family, at least my family, sarcasm and assholey is sort of what you show love. But there's a level where you're like, this isn't lovey anymore.
Like, the sarcasm actually is out.
It's very passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
Very just snide comments a lot.
Yeah. Like, more about you or about me?
Both.
Okay.
Some of the things I was told, like, particularly when we moved in together, which was a little over 2 years ago now, into the apartment. We now have house, yes, house. We had been together like a year at that point, right?
It was, because we started dating at the middle of November, and then we got the apartment in January of the next year.
So some of the comments I got in particular when wanted to move out, one for my mental health, and then also I just wanted to live with him. I miss seeing him because we lived an hour apart, which, you know, that's not drastic. But when you see them once a week or occasionally every other week with the snows here in Michigan, I miss them. I miss them. I want to be by them more.
So we would spend all day together for that day, but then...
Because it was forbidden to spend the night with him.
Yes.
So our first night, like, spending the night together was when we moved in.
Yeah, that was a little surreal, I feel like.
Yeah. But I was told I was, like, throwing my life away for being with him and then making this move. But I was, like, being cut off from, like, health benefits because I don't know where the rules are everywhere, but in Michigan you can stay on parents' insurance until you're 25 or 26.
Even if you don't live with them?
Yeah. And I was in college at the time. So that's another thing. If you're in college, you definitely can stay on your parents' insurance because you can't afford things. So they're like, you're going to have to, no more medical help for you, no more... That's pretty much all they helped me with at that point. Don't make me feel bad for eating.
Oh, yeah. So for a while I had a microwave in my room. That's a whole different story.
Yes, we could have talked about your microwave last week.
I should have talked about my microwave last week. I don't know why I didn't. Missed opportunity.
So at that time, one of my best friends, she was engaged. She had moved into an apartment with her fiancé.
With one E?
Yes. And it turns out we moved right in next door to them. We didn't plan that. This just happened. But I was told that, these are mainly from my parents, that I was just wanting to play house like my friend. Like it wasn't serious. Like I just wanted to copy her. Wait.
That's not a great thing to say.
I didn't tell you that one.
I don't think so, no.
I was called the cruelest person one of my parents has ever met.
Did they, like, elaborate?
Because I said they made me cry all the time with the crap they gave me for being with you.
How dare you have emotions about the way we treat and talk to you?
Yeah, they didn't talk to me for a couple days. That was a hot mess that week.
I think I remember that.
It was a struggle. Just calling him sobbing in a parking lot like, I'm afraid to go home.
Yeah.
So that was great. Yeah, I was told I was like one of the cruelest people they ever met. I'm not going to specify which parent. They know who said it. I wasn't perfect in the situation, but I wasn't calling them the cruelest, meanest parents in the world.
Yeah.
Like most parents would be thrilled. Sweet, they're moving out.
Yeah.
We get an extra room.
Yeah.
They're like, how dare you leave? Throw your life away with this horrible person of a man.
I am just the worst.
I know. That's why I'm with him.
You do know you're free to leave anytime, right?
I'm aware. But backtrack a little bit. When we first started dating, they like forbade it. They're like, you can't date him. He's 12 years older. It's not allowed. But like I was mad, so I just walked away. And they said that was a tantrum. And like for not saying anything I didn't want to regret.
Yeah.
Just leaving. How dare I? What a tantrum. I don't see toddlers doing that.
I wish they would.
I know. I got asked by other distant relatives, like, why? Why would you date someone older? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, don't you know he's going to die first? And we had just started dating. I'm like, I don't even know if it's going to work out. Like, oh, your tits.
Don't you know he's going to die? Like,
I'm going to die too. Did you know that? We're all going to die. Oh, I'm getting so heated.
yeah.
I feel, if you go through this, I am so sorry. You could reach out. We can talk. I'll talk passionately with you. He stuck through me with all this. I'm like, if you want to leave because of how horrible my family can be, I don't blame you. It would break my heart, but I don't blame you. He stayed.
Yeah, and if...
Can you tell?
If anybody's going through the same thing or worse, like, please reach out. So, I don't feel like you should ever feel like you're alone in anything, so if you can reach out, please do. Things got better, like...
First it was they forbade it, but I did it anyway, because 18, 19 years old. Which I know it sounds typical for someone my age, but I really liked him. Very rarely do I find someone I really like and that they actually like me back. I remember being called desperate a lot, like stop being so desperate, stop having so low expectations. So I was being called desperate a lot and just wanting to like get dating over with, just find my person, be done. Which, because I have my anxiety disorder, dating and like talking to new people is stressful. And once we actually started dating, it was, been dating a few months, people would just make the cruel jokes over time, and I was like, okay, they're getting used to it. But then, when the moving in happened, and it was like serious, that's when they just got downright nasty.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, he's not going away. Because I think a lot of people assumed it was a phase. Thanks, family, for thinking no one would want to stick around with me that long.
Jesus, that's...
Basically, like, and I liked him, so I'm not going to dump him for just being older.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Ideally, we would have been close to the same age, but that's just not when we were born. So yeah, I cried a lot. I was super thin. Wait, I was thin when he met me. From the anxiety, because I just wouldn't eat, or I can't keep food down. I had a comment from one of my think my uncles, saying, I guess I can tell my buddy it's okay to date 18-year-olds. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. It has to be consensual.
Very much so.
And it has, like, we liked each other. It wasn't because, like we said before, he wasn't searching for that young blood or anything.
Yeah, if you're out there, like, was it Matthew McConaughey's character from Dazed and Confused, like,
Hey, 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 I'm Matthew McConaughey. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, wait, no. All right.
oh, it's the
He's
thing.
not found Albert.
It's a thing about high school girls. As I keep getting older, they stay the same age. Do not be that guy.
No.
Jesus.
And I wasn't in high school. No.
Yeah, like,
I was in college.
yes, please, for the love of God, do not be a predator.
No. I thought I missed my parents' house more because I lived there for over a decade. That's not the house I was born into. And, like, I've always lived with my mom, dad, sister. So I thought I'd miss it somewhat. And I cried maybe once that day, but it was because I could just tell they're like, don't go.
Yeah.
But then also, like, the next day I just, talking to my grandma, I said I felt like the weights had been lifted off my chest. I felt free.
Yeah, you're no longer around judgment or ridicule. Like,
And it wasn't just because of him. Love my parents dearly, but sometimes the sarcasm hurts.
say a lot of times.
Yeah, passive aggressive sarcasm hurts.
Mm.
And then when we got engaged, you didn't ask, because I told him don't bother, because they're just gonna say no.
I did tell somebody in
Yes,
their
yes.
family,
Yes.
just to give somebody a heads up,
Mhm.
but I did not ask for her father or mother. I didn't ask for her parents' permission when I proposed.
And it wasn't his idea; it was mine. I said, don't worry, just don't. If you ever plan on asking, don't worry about it. They're gonna say no. They said they wouldn't have, but.
Yeah.
Just said, well, we don't approve, but you can.
Yeah,
I know
right.
that's what they would have said. I remember, because you had proposed a day earlier than you wanted to, so I had an extra day before walking into a family event, being like, we're engaged!
Yeah.
And I remember, like, crying and not eating that day,
Oh.
before telling them I'm engaged. Because I know that's every girl's dream. Just dreading telling her family and sobbing, like, I'm engaged! After they were okay with it, because the other family member you talked to, like, sneakily told them.
Mhm.
Well, not sneakily, but I didn't know, so it was sneakily to me.
Yeah.
So they knew it was coming, so that did help.
The parents, I feel like, had a week notice before I actually proposed. So, like, they seen it coming. It wasn't out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
If it was out of nowhere, it probably would have been more
Worse.
intense, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember getting off the phone and I just leaned over and I'm like, oh, I love you. I have my brownie now. And I did. I ate a brownie. I was hungry enough afterwards.
Yeah.
People reacted that well enough. People at first were like, how long is the engagement? How long are you going to be engaged?
Yeah.
It's a long time, right? At the time, it was going to be a 3-year engagement. It's 2 years now. 6 months away.
Yeah.
Yay! Let's hope we make it. And they originally, like, no one was going to help with the wedding. I don't say no one. Because we've had help with the venue, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And the cake. Also awesome.
Yes.
Although they haven't, like, we didn't buy the cake yet. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be gross by the wedding. And my parents actually paid for my wedding dress, which I just could not believe.
Yeah, she told me.
I think I almost cried.
Yeah.
Tears of joy, not sadness. I wrote a thank you note, like, to saying, like, thank you for coming around and not being repulsed by the man I love, basically. He's expected at family gatherings now, and
Yeah.
you like the free food.
Yeah.
But then on Christmas Day, like, you came with me to my parents, and they had actual gifts for you, even though my mom does all the shopping. So it's gotten a lot better. And unfortunately, that is not always the case for every age gap couple. But then some age gap couples, they're like, you love who you love, which would have been nicer, but
Yeah.
guess what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I'd say for us, the worst part definitely was when they realized that I wasn't.
He's not going away.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they were banking on us not connecting emotionally because we were so different in age.
Or
but-
they were just like, well, she's going to dump him because it's a phase. I told him, I said, if we weren't together, I would probably still be in that basement. I lived in the basement. It was a nice basement, not like a gross concrete basement with no lights, okay?
It's a full furnished
Yeah,
basement.
it's okay. It would still be in their basement, just like crying myself to sleep most nights because I was so anxious and worried. I'd still probably be like 110 pounds, non-medicated, just not knowing what to do with my life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need a man to know what to do with your life, but I needed him. I could probably do a part 2 and 3, just of all the crap I went through.
Well, if you guys are interested in her talking about more about her struggles, because I feel like a lot more people can.
Relate?
There you go. Well, a lot more people can relate with what you went through than what I went through. So
Yeah, you
if,
had like piece of cake.
yeah, if you want her or us to do a part 2 for
He
her-
comes along.
I mean, I can.
It's us or nothing.
Yeah.
Unless it's a true crime.
Let us know, and
Yeah.
we can do a part 2.
And if any family was watching this could be really loud. I love all of you, and I always have. Okay, bye-bye.